Oh, give me a second here. Oh, hi guys, welcome to the show. I am trying to do something new and I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, I got it. I did it. Look at me. I pressed the right button. So we're going to Instagram for the first time, and so I just wanted to make sure I got it right. I did it. Well, I think. Yeah, it looks like we're on Instagram now. Live. Isn't that fancy? So there you go. Let me set everything else up. And hi, Trey, are you alive?
That's actually the best thing that you finally figured out something for our channel. I mean, I honestly, I had my doubts, but I'm proud of you, Jason. I'm proud of you.
Man, thank you. It's good to make you happy. And make you
That
proud
is
of.
your only job on the
Wow.
show, Jason. I'm
Wow. Yep, I see that even my man Simon has just joined the stream. So hey, we're on the right place. So that is great. Trey, give me some beatboxing and I'll do some rapping.
Let's get it.
Hey, the Grammys were yesterday, and even Simon went to them. They were like, hey, my boy Saul Paul was there too. Now I be and my friends injuries through 1, 2, 3. They won the Grammy. I messed it up, son. Only if I breathe it for the situation. I'm dope because I'm out of control. I gotta feel my little flow. I do what I know. Now I gotta rap. I exhale, breathe. I know my little dreams and my things that I see. Did you understand what I came to be? I'm so dope when I'm out of control. When yes-a-ree. B.O.B. job. Now I gotta rap. Did you understand what I do with these facts? Yes, I'm the best. Now I'm done. Here we go, because I'm done.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you.
Dope Sleep Nasty, man. So you're saying we're on Instagram Live right now? Is that a thing?
We are on Instagram Live
We're
right
streaming
now.
4 different services right now. This is
I
crazy.
see it.
Yeah,
This is the first for Flows for You history.
yeah. No, it's pretty crazy. Got Twitch, got YouTube, got Facebook, and got Instagram, which is interesting. So we'll see how that goes. I realized I have so many contacts on Instagram. I was like, oh, I should probably do that. So
All right. Sweet.
We'll see.
What is everybody's headline of the week?
I got memed.
You got memed.
Not me.
Yep.
Oh no. I can't wait to hear how this goes. My headline is that a biscuit turned into ramen right in front of my eyes.
Wow. Okay.
Dang, that's got a story behind it. My headline: first time away from my kids with my wife, both of us in 10 years.
Oh wow.
Wow. That's wild. Okay. Go ahead, Jason.
Well, I'm looking for a thing real quick. You want to do yours because I need the
I can.
thing to make the
So
bit.
a biscuit turned into ramen right in front of my eyes. You're thinking, surely not. But then you'd be mistaken because that's exactly what happened. Down the street from my house, there's a little area. It's got 4 different restaurants that have 2 of which have switched out, sadly. And one place that had switched out was called Biscuit Belly. It is a good place to eat. Do not get their brisket, but everything else on their menu is great. Aside from that, they actually didn't do all that hot during the pandemic in that location. They swapped out, and somebody's finally filled their spot, and they are called oh no, it's a ramen shop, Hokkaido, and they are phenomenal. Your boy loves some Asian cuisine, regardless of what it is. I don't care. I love Asian food. It is really good ramen. Their boba's on point. That's the only thing I had in the menu was I think it was garlic tonkatsu. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. I loved it. It was amazing. And that's that. So a biscuit turned into a bowl of ramen right in front of me. Go ahead, Jason.
Wait, did Hot Toast already say his thing, or was I not paying attention when he did?
No, I've been talking the whole time.
Oh yeah. We're waiting for me. Okay, yeah. Yes. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this thing, so I'm apologetic. All right, so I got memed, and so actually my buddy Saul Paul got memed this week, and he actually did a PBS special on himself, or he had one done on himself, and he was very happy about it. And I guess somebody randomly made a meme of him, and I thought that was pretty great, and so I decided to make this.
Oh, you look straight up like Boston.
Yeah, so
That's
so
wild.
if young me
legit.
saw me now, this is my meme. Now Saul Paul's was way cooler because it was him in middle school, and he's like this nationally known children's musician guy, but it was crazy because I made this as a joke, and then Saul Paul was like, "What would he say?" And I was like, "Oh, well, he'd say, 'Oh, you rap.'" But then I actually thought about it, and then I started feeling insecure about the whole situation because I'm like, I never really was successful. I just kind of do a thing and I make it happen. And then I called my mom and I was like, "Hey, mom, did I do anything good? Like, is there any reason why 8-year-old me would think you're awesome?" And she's like, "No, I know 8-year-old you, and he would want you to be his dad." And
That's like
you
the
were
best
the
compliment.
yeah, and it's like, no. And then when I look back at it, it's like, that's what I always wanted. I wanted the dad that was around me, that believed in me, that wanted to do cool stuff. And that I have that opportunity to be there with my kids and do that is insane. And it definitely made me cry because it was just like, I was just making a joke. I didn't think I was going to actually think about what I've done, something that I always thought, something I always wanted to do. And then I got to do it. And then it's like, I'm still doing it, right? Like, I'm still, like, I'll complain sometimes about, like, why do my kids like me? It's like, I just want to go in a room. Can't I just be like that other dad that just goes, sits down and watch football and nobody messes with them? That's what I want. But no, I don't really want that. And so it's like, it's so crazy. But yeah, it totally made me cry. And then I was just like, wow, I just made a joke. It just was a funny picture. So there it is one more time. There's me.
Awesome.
Also, the funny part about this picture is I'm actually wearing shorts and like knee-high socks.
Dude, that is fire fit right there. Where is that?
Yeah, imagine if I was rocking that right now. Like,
that's what I'm imagining right now.
Yeah, me with that little scarf on, and I'm like, "This is what I'm doing."
No, yeah, don't do that.
No.
Don't ever do that. All right, sweet. So let's hear it from Mr. Hot Toast himself, Symon. What is your headline of the week?
Headline, big time for me. My wife and I went out of town for the first time since having kids, just the two of us, which is almost a decade. So my son Isaac, my oldest, he's going to be 10 this year. Yeah, and we went to the Grammys.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it was wild. It was so cool. I met so many people. I haven't slept in like 3 days. You can hear my voice is gone because I've just been talking in loud rooms nonstop. And it was awesome. We had a great time, and the boys were fine. They had a great time too. And so, yeah, I just got back a couple hours ago. That's my headline.
Who did you meet, man?
Oh, man. I mean, well, I got to talk to Saul Paul, while I was there.
Yeah.
But so many other kindie artists, who some I've gotten to meet this over the past year, some for the first time, people I look up to and inspired by. And then just a slew of Grammy winners, some that I knew, some that I didn't. I don't know if you're familiar with, the Ludwig, the composer for Oppenheim. He was up for a bunch of Grammys. I got to talk to him and meet him and his wife. And there's such cool, kind people, stuff like that. Just normal human beings doing great things and just having real conversations with these people about our families. It was really special. Yeah, unforgettable.
That's super sick, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm glad you got some time away.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it wasn't like time at the beach,
Sure.
but it was time away, and it felt good, you know, after 10
Sure.
years.
Did you ever think that you would go to the Grammys?
No, I never,
Yeah.
never in a million years, none of this. I never imagined any of this, you know.
Yeah.
It's serendipity, you know.
It's so weird. It's like when you're growing up, you're not going, "Hey, I'm gonna be making random songs for kids, and then I'm gonna go to the Grammys, and then I'm
Right.
gonna know. And then I'm also gonna know a Grammy winner. You know, like you're literally gonna
Yeah.
you actually hung out with them. Like I loved your little dance with them. That made me laugh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
So
all in. We had that. I don't know where that energy came from, but we found it.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
cool to be able to have your wife with you for that too. So that's even cooler. So
Yeah.
keep you
Yeah.
out of trouble.
Keep me out of trouble. I mean, you know, I couldn't be doing any of this without her. So
Yeah. Well, she
Yeah.
does all the work, right? You're just the pretty face.
I mean, that's the reality. Yeah, I not even that. She's both of those things.
Oh man.
I'm just the toast, man. I'm just the toast.
Yeah, and she's the hot music company.
She's the hot. She's the company. She's the hot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Like again, we had Lavender Blues last year, and they had got to go to the Grammys, and it was just that big smile on her face was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
that is awesome. Those are some great headlines of the week, guys. And Trey, I think it's about that time.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Jason, because it's one of my favorite times of the show. It is time for DJ Sound Effects Quiz. Let's get it. I hope you guys are prepped and ready, because you cannot be prepped and ready for this quiz. This is about random facts of life. It's got some cool scientifical things all up in this biz. But Mr. Symon, you will be pitted up against Jason. Don't worry. It's in your favor. It's against Jason. But then again, I put it up against Jason this way because I believe in him. And I think one of these days, he's actually going to win this quiz. It's going to happen. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. So how the quiz is set up.
Hopefully not today.
Hopefully not today. Hopefully not today. How the quiz is set up is some of these are multiple choice. Some of these are open questions. And I will kind of help you guys navigate the questions along the way. But we will have Mr. Symon go up first. You guys both get any of all questions. You have a chance to answer any and all questions I throw your way. Whoever answers the most correct questions at the end will win a prize. It is nothing of monetary value right now, but it might be one day. I don't know. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into it. Are you guys ready?
Let's go.
I was born ready. Let's do it.
Question number 1. So you don't like Mr. Toast, right?
I mean, you know, when
like
you're in this
Symon.
profession,
Symon's-
I'll go with whatever. But yeah, sure. Symon, yeah.
Symon
How about-
it is. Awesome.
How about, have you been ever called Teacher Toast?
TT.
Teachy Toast.
TT toast?
Teachy Toast. Come here, Teachy Toast.
All right. Anyway, so in which
Sorry.
country did the Chernobyl nuclear attack disaster, excuse me, not nuclear attack, in which country did the Chernobyl nuclear disaster occur, Symon? Is it Russia, Ukraine, or Lithuania?
I gotta go with man, where's Chernobyl? Russia.
Okay, Jason, same question.
Ukraine.
Here's the tough part. Jason's actually right. It happened in Ukraine. So that it was a crazy thing that occurred. If you guys don't know what Chernobyl is, go do your own research. There's a whole documentary about it. That's I believe's on. Where is that documentary at? I forget what it's called.
So
I know what you're talking about. I saw
streaming
that.
service.
Yeah, it's really
streaming.
good. You guys should like feel free to give that a listen. He said, Olaf Slayer's coming in saying, I came in to hear Hot Toast and company. I am prepared. He says, Russia. Sorry, man, you're wrong. Yeah, that's where they keep the mutants. Hey, you know what? That's actually another thing, too. Go research crazy animals that still live there and have somehow survived and mutated extra limbs and stuff. Anyway.
Really? Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, it's wild. It's kind of buck wild. It's changed the ecosystem forever. It'll never, probably it'll take millions of years for it to go back to what it was. Jason,
That's crazy.
you're up
Yes.
next. What is the largest bird of prey in the world? Is it the ostrich, the American eagle, the Andean condor, or the Peregrine falcon?
Indian condor.
Nope, that's not one.
Number C?
Oh, that's not a number. Try
A?
again.
A?
The ostrich?
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right, Simon, what is the largest bird of prey in the world? Is it the ostrich, the American eagle, the Andean condor, or the Peregrine falcon?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Andean condor.
I said,
I'm actually glad you picked that one. That's correct.
Yeah.
but I said Indian condor.
Jason, you said Indian condor. That wasn't an option.
I didn't say Indian condor.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I
And then
tried
I
to help
chose
you,
number
but then
three.
you switched your option up, or like I don't know what happened. Simon, you're up first. What is the name of the scale used to measure spiciness of peppers? This is an open question.
Man, spicy peppers.
You think that the portrayer of
I
Hot
know
Toast
this.
Music Company would know
You-
spicy?
I'd know more about heat measurements.
So is it here? Oh, do you have an answer, or do you want me to help you
No,
out?
I don't have an answer. No,
Okay,
man.
well let me help you
Yeah.
out. So is
Do
it?
you want
the
me to
la-
answer before you give him ideas,
Uh,
Trey?
Sure, Jason, go ahead.
It's Schofields.
that is-
Okay, so we're gonna run this back. So Simon, is it the Lambert scale, the juvenile scale, or is it the Scoville scale?
Dang it.
yes, it is the Scoville scale.
Congratulations! I don't know what Jason pronounced, but it's Scoville. Man,
That
Jason,
sounds-
come on, dude,
I
let's
said-
go. Knock it out of the park already.
I said Schofields. I just
You
happened
said
to say
Schofield. What is that? Is that a
It's the
coffee
same-
company or
it's
something?
the same. It's
It is not Scoville or Scoville and Schofields. One's a
Brush up on my
farm
pepper trivia.
and one's a pepper hotness
I mean,
scale.
you're right. You do live in Lewisfield.
That's so terrible. You get a point deducted for that. All right, so Jason, you're up next. We got 2 more questions. We're gonna run through these really quick. Jason, in Greek mythology, who is the goddess of wisdom and warfare? Is it A, Persephone, B, Athena, or C, Aphrodite?
It's Athena.
Okay. Simon, same question. Persephone, Athena, or Aphrodite? Who's the Greek goddess of wisdom and warfare?
Wisdom and warfare. Yeah, I'd have to go with Athena.
Congrats, you guys both got it right.
Yeah.
This is a first. And this is for a coup de grace. Mention the yacht. This is anybody's Xena. No, that's
Warrior
a show.
Princess.
That is a show. That is not one of the answers. Sorry, Olaf Slayer. You would get a point wrong. Anyway, so we're going to move right along here. This is the coup de grace. Mention the yacht. Anybody's game. Anybody can win this quiz. I hope you guys are ready.
Okay.
Wrong answers only, Jason. No, we're going to go with Simon first. What is the name of the coffee that's made from poop?
Oh yes.
And this is an actual thing, by the way.
But
Very
you don't have
close.
to, you get it wrong and just make Trey laugh. That's all you need.
Okay.
Wrong answers only. The goal is to make me laugh.
Okay. So I made up a little song about this coffee in college when I heard about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You
and
get extra
I-
credit if you sing the song.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember.
You just
This
win
was
the
long
quiz if you
before
sing
I
the
ever
song.
started doing kids music.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
remember
then don't
if
do
this-
that.
I don't remember whether the name. Yeah. Oh man. It comes from a cat-like creature.
But this is wrong answers only.
This is wrong answers only.
Wrong
You have
answers
to make 'em
only.
laugh.
So you don't have to actually give me the right answer.
Okay.
You just got to
I'm gonna
make me
co-
laugh.
Okay, great. I'm gonna do let's do it came from the deep coffee.
It came from the deep coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason.
Trey's restroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Simon. Congratulations, you win the
Thank
quiz.
you. Thank you. I'll take it.
You have to do a play on words, Jason, like deep, dark deep dark coffee or chocolate. I don't know, something gross, man.
What?
Like
Making fun of you wasn't good
Deep
enough.
dark chocolate.
DJ sound effects effect.
Turning point coffee. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's actually called Kopi Luwak, and yeah, it's like a fox-like creature. It's really gross. They, hey, not knocking on people's, delicacies or whatever. They get the creature to eat coffee beans, and then from its poop they extract the coffee. They like clean that. I don't know how you clean that, but they put it together and grind it up, and voila, you've got Kopi Luwak. And apparently it tastes really good, but I will allow.
I have not tried it. I remember seeing so many ads for it in the early 2000s.
Yeah, you know what? They can try that. I'll probably never try it unless I was
Yeah,
paid to.
it didn't take me in.
No, yeah. So anyway, you win the quiz and you get our nice little thing that Boston
We could call
actually
it
designed.
twice brewed. That would be a good.
Oh.
Unfiltered.
There you go. You get a golden donut. The golden glaze, right, Jason? Is that
Yes,
correct?
the golden donut glaze designed by my son that he wants to turn into a plushie.
Honestly, I'd buy that plushie. Quite frankly, that should be our mascot.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of adding them to the intro, actually, like at the end for the victory.
But enough about all that.
I've got a great donut song for you if you do.
Ooh,
dude, we're down to hear it, man.
Yeah,
we're down to listen. But all that good stuff. Congratulations, Simon. You got to keep, humbling Jason wherever you go. But I want to know why Simon's on the show today, Jason. Why is he on the show?
Well, when I asked Simon to be on the show like 6 years ago, he didn't even respond. No one even cares about my jokes anymore. They just quit. But he's he said open your mind and be curious about our amazing world. Why do we need to be curious about this amazing world, Simon from Hot Toast Music Company, for a better year?
Yeah, I think spending so much time having kids and spending time teaching kids and playing music with them, I think one way that's impacted me is you begin to realize how we become zombies as we get older a little bit and stop noticing just how magical the world is that we live in, things that we take for granted, like a seed sprouting, or like amazing animal facts, like the Kopi Luwak? Is that what that creature's called?
Kopi Luwak is the coffee. I don't know what
I forget the creature name.
I'll look it up real quick for you.
It's a good trivia fact. I used to know it. Yeah. Anyway, but just amazing. It's good to know where your coffee comes from.
Yeah, whose butt it comes from.
Yeah. Who brewed this? Yeah, but I mean, like the world is amazing, and I think one thing I notice in my kids and in myself as an adult is once you get to be around the age of 3 or 4, you learn this word bored, and you get this feeling of like, this is something my kids always love to say, and I relate to it because I feel this way too. But like, I don't know what to do, and I think that feeling is the beginning of creativity and magic. In my own experience, like creating as an artist for me happens the minute I don't know what to do, right? And then I begin to create this like dead space where I can let in the muse, that part of us that makes something out of nothing, right? But when we fill up our attention with things all the time, we stop noticing the amazing parts of ourselves that are kind of mysteriously inside of us and all around us and in each other. So anyway, that's, to me, children teach us to come back to our curious mind,
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. Like, again, being a dad, like you definitely realize that, wow, these are interesting situations. So my son gets fixated on certain things. And so I've learned a lot of facts about Big Ben and 9/11, or actually the World Trade Centers, even zoning about the new World Trade Center. So I have lots of facts in my head. Then my son just because he'll be like, "Daddy, what's this answer?" And then I have to know it somehow. Like, and I'm a researcher at heart, so there I am spending way too much time learning all these things so I could give him actual answers. Yeah, it was it's hilarious, but yeah, it's definitely true how it works. Like just looking around for things and taking advantage of this world. You're right, totally become zombies. But I'm so glad you're here. What you do is pretty amazing. I do want to mention one cool thing. On Instagram, one of my favorite restaurants in San Antonio just randomly popped in, and to watch the stream. And they make this jalapeno fried chicken. They marinate it in jalapeno juice overnight, and then they deep fry it, and then it's a delicious chicken. It's only special, but man, sorry, randomness. But hey, man,
Sounds good.
Yeah, it is very good. I have to take you there next time you're around, Trey. But that is cool. But anyways, I guess the first question is, how did you end up being Hot Toast Music Company? You know, people could have smaller music names. How do you end up with that as your music name?
Yeah, how did I end up? Well, Hot Toast is the first song I ever really wrote with my kids. My son Isaac was 1 year old around there, and he had just started eating solid food, and he was like obsessed with toast. This is what I mean. Like when you're those young ages, things are just amazing. Something like toast is everything. And I just, when you're a dad, like you're saying, like you're watching this human being unfold, slowly, piece by piece, and you're like just taking in all the different parts of who this person is a little bit at a time. It's the most amazing way to get to know a human, because you're there for every part of the process, for all the firsts. And when he fell in love with toast, for me, I'm like watching the way he loves watching how it's made and the texture of the toast when he crunches it. And so all of that to me was this whole experience. And then just the act of eating, how like it was important to him that we all sat down and ate our toast together. And this whole thing became more than just, for me, I just throw a piece of bread in the toaster and pop, and I'm like running out the door to get to work. For him, this was a huge part of his day as like, an 11th month old. So I like wrote a song, all the different parts of, all the things I noticed. I put it into a song and we just started singing it around the house. And that kind of became the beginning of me writing hundreds and hundreds of songs about all the things that him and every other kid I know was interested in. And so that was kind of like where the name came. And I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was writing songs with kids for years. I met with a buddy of mine one day. We went out to get a drink, and I was like, I think this is kind of turning into something. I'm horrible at coming up with names for things. And I was like, I don't know what to call it. And he asked me, it's just like, well, what are you writing about? And I told him about Hot Toast. And he was an artist. So he just drew a toast on a paper with a light bulb in it. He's like, I think that's your logo, man. And that right there and then it was born.
That's amazing. We do have a serious question from Jaime. Would you call yourself a Toastmaster?
I would like to. I'll put it this way. I would like to one day attain that status of Toastmaster. I think it takes a lot of practice and a lot of toppings to get to that point.
Was it I just started when we were at ACL, I finally had an official avocado toast. And yeah, avocados is, well, I mean, in general, like I understand. I mean, I love guacamole, so I understand what avocado toast is. But until I had a proper avocado toast, it didn't really make my brain register how delicious it is with a little Parmesan on it and all that stuff. Man,
Thanks,
avocado toast
there,
is
bro.
pretty casey. And it is,
Yeah.
to make a good avocado toast, it needs to be well toasted.
Yeah.
So,
How about avocados? How about avocados just breaking in everywhere?
so good. Well, I live in San Antonio, so they're already everywhere.
Savory fruit. I mean, but like across the United States, everybody's finally getting it. I've always loved them, but yeah.
They have them in Tulsa. I didn't realize that was a thing. I'm just playing.
They make their way here.
Random side tangent. The cats that eat the coffee beans are called Asian palm civets. So That's what that is.
Animal coffee makers.
Yes. Ooh. Avocado toast is great, but not like Batman. It's overrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna. Batman is Batman. I mean,
And I'm gonna always choose a breakfast taco over avocado toast. But if I need some fat in the morning, it's a healthy source of fat.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just kidding, Jason.
I'm gonna go cry. Was it just yesterday or day before? My son was like, "Am I gonna become fat like Dad?" And I was just like,
"Oh no!"
And I was like, "Oh!" Like he was just
it's a wake up call.
He was just talking, like he wasn't meaning it mean wise. He just was talking, and then I've been trying to do better. I've been making better choices, but that was not fun to hear.
Okay, speaking of like that question about Toastmaster, this is why I know I'm not there. I've had some funny conversations at concerts about toast. I mean, dads telling me they put ketchup on their toast in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I'll ask that question. I'll be like, "What do you put on your toast?" every time I play it. And I've gotten some weird answers, but the one that I still have not figured out is a little boy. It was up in Colorado. It was playing in, I think, Denver, Colorado, right outside there. A couple years ago, I was playing in a park. Asked the question. One little boy, maybe like 4 years old, he said he puts little green balls on his toast, and I don't know what they are. And I tried to
peas.
I asked about peas. I was thinking maybe capers, but that seemed a little fancy.
It's probably those melons. The melon balls where you because you'll take a green melon and then you always ball it up. And so maybe it's green melon balls, which I could definitely see on toast.
I don't even know what those are. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Green melon balls.
Melon balls, yeah. So
see what I mean? I've got room to grow.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's hilarious that you've actually spent this many hours considering how much you know about toast. But did you expect I guess it is a very easy thing when you sing to your kids and your kids like it, then you're like, man, this might be a thing that I'm good at doing. But like when you were growing up, you were definitely not thinking I'm going to be a kids musician. I assume you wanted to be a musician. No, not even a musician.
No. I dropped out of piano after a couple months. My sisters went on to be like concert pianists. I really had no music exposure until my early 20s. And I lived in Maine. There's not a lot of people in Maine. So I got myself a guitar. And for me, music from the very start was more about songwriting. So I was at some local show and I heard a songwriter on like a open mic night, and this songwriter got up and said something along the lines of, if you want to be a good songwriter, you got to write a song a day. And that's how you find the good ones. So I just started doing that. To this day, I mean, there's weeks I don't do it, but especially now that I'm busier, but a song a day, just thousands of songs. I try to start and finish, if I can, a song every day. And when I had the boys, when Isaac was born, it opened up this new world where like, I can literally write a song about anything. And it's such a cool idea to me that I can make a song about putting lids on containers, but still make it interesting musically and lyrically and tie meaning in, sometimes in like humorous ways, but I just love that aspect of it, like that there's ways to be creative that I would have never thought of just by myself. Because I think music is communal. At least for me, it is. Like creating art is a very communal experience, and doing that with kids, it's elevated that experience for me. Yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah, no, I'm getting critiqued here by my questioning here by Jaime. It says, "Hey Jason, how did you tell someone that they're not a musician without taking them? How do you tell somebody they're a musician without telling them they're a real musician?"
That was so hard to listen to.
Every time I say that, I never mean it that way. I never mean that like I always get mad that I didn't think to be a children's musician when I started doing music, because to me that's where I would have been like that. Instead of just spending years trying to be a serious rapper, I would have just focused on kid stuff because it's just something that makes me happy. But so when I say that, I'm never meaning that to say you're not good at it, you're not good. It's like, no, some of the coolest musicians I know, like Fuchs is one impressive dude, what he does and with his band and all that stuff. But it's like these Saw is another good example. Just people that are impressive. They're real musicians. So I never mean to call somebody they're not a musician because they do children's music. That's not my heart.
No, man,
So
there's some great musicians.
yeah, no, it's crazy. Oh, like when we were at that roundup thing, like seeing these insane musicians that you never even knew existed, like that one lady that played the Spanish guitar.
It was incredible. Yeah.
I was like, what is going on? This is insane. But it's so crazy. And then these people have all decided to focus. And again, as a parent, the idea that somebody's decided that this is their focus, that's amazing to me. And I assume that you're in the same light of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
And so so far, so you've wrote thousands of songs. Now I am gonna ask, what is your favorite song? Do you have a favorite out of all the songs you've ever written?
Oh, out of all the songs I've ever written?
Oh, we'll just say kids music wise.
Yeah. I mean, I have some that are my favorites for sure. Yeah.
Well, do you want to know my favorite song of yours?
Yeah, please.
The Beard song.
Oh man, it's a great one.
What makes somebody write a song about a beard just magically showing up on their face? How does that happen?
It is one of my favorite stories, and really, I think it's captures how and why I write with kids. So I do music at a preschool. I've done it since my boys were born. A Reggio Emilia preschool in town called B'nai Amuna, and this is 7 years ago when I was first starting. Two of the girls in the program were out on the playground in the Gaga pit. It was Madeline and another girl. Yeah, and they ran up to me, and I had a giant beard. I should have brought a picture. I mean, it was it rivaled yours.
It was nice.
It was
a man's
really
beard.
nice. It was a man's beard, not this little dainty thing I got going on now. But I'm just out there, and they ran up to me, and they're like, Mr. Simon, what's on your face? And they were so genuine. The question was real. And I had the mental awareness to push record on my phone, and I recorded our conversation. And we just went back and forth, and they're like, "You look like a bear," and then I look like a bird in your beard. They just kept on going back and forth, and I'm pretending like I don't know it's there. And those word for word lines from that conversation, I went home, and that's what I used to make the song. So that song is really like an actual conversation that I had with those two little girls in the playground. And that's what I mean. I never would have come up with that conceptually, that where did this thing come from? That's out of their mind, So
that's amazing. Yeah. Well, that's the crazy part. It's that's why I love asking questions like that, because it's how did this even come to your mind? But it makes sense. Children helped, because some of their ideas are the weirdest ones, and you're like, oh, I would have never thought about that. That's so fun. And again, that's cool that even as you mentioned about this album that you just did, which is All the Feels, that was one where you actually had your kids with you writing the songs, right? And that's an amazing thing. Now, from our third coast, we do have a few questions here. So, Trey, you want to ask some questions for Jaime?
Oh, well, he's asking how long have you been doing what you do?
Okay,
that's the first one.
Okay, yeah. So I really started writing kids songs with and for kids when my son was born. So he was born. He just turned 8 in December, or 9. He just turned 9 in December. So about 9 years. I started writing lullabies when he was, still in the belly. So maybe 9-10 years is when I started moving into this genre.
Awesome, man. And then he asked, what were some of your life career milestones?
Oh man, that's a great question.
He's a professional.
I think for me, my passion is I love creating. I've been a teacher for 20 plus years, and I love I love the experience of creativity happening in the moment with my kids and other kids. So there are certain songs that were magical, that like that Beard song. Like that for me is like, it's just that moment when it just happened. Like how it's like magic. I have a lot of those along the way, but really like all the time. I mean, I'll be at a birthday party tomorrow, with a 3-year-old, and it'll be like, there's a moment there where it's just so real and special, and we're like connected. I think that's what music does. That's why it's so special. Not just music, all art, that connects us. And so being able to be a part of those situations, every one of them for me is like this joy-filled milestone. So it's hard to just point to one. I feel like I'm in that moment all the time. I feel really fortunate being able to do this for that reason.
That's amazing. And again, like, it's funny. We mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the Grammys, but like being around that many like successful musicians, and again, not saying you're not successful. I'm just saying these are the people that have been nominated for this thing, and then we know. Was it inspiring? Like, did you feel like? Did you feel like, wow, now you just got to make more music? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it was really inspiring to hear, especially some of the speeches. So there's one woman, and I got to talk to her. She won the Grammy for the, they did the Beatles song remake with the music video. She did oil painting animation for that, and her speech, I'm not going to try to do it because I'll butcher what she said, but the gist was, I don't want to do it injustice, but like talking about, that as an artist, many of us have this thing inside of us, that just this urge to create. And it's like almost like a weight, and it can feel like a struggle sometimes. And she, on stage, she said she painted like 1,500 oil paintings to create this thing. And she has kids. She has like like small children. And I just so related to how she articulated that on the mic. And then when we spoke afterwards, that, you have to do it. Something inside of you has to get this creativity out, and you can't really explain why. And then when you have kids, it adds this other dimension. And we were talking about how, your kids, they know, like a child, kids, if I'm not paying full attention to them, my son Ezra does this thing where he's like, Daddy, you might experience this. Jason. Yeah, Daddy. And I'm like looking right at him, but my brain is writing a song, and no one else would know that, but he knows. Daddy, until I'm like, yes, Ezra, and I let go of all that stuff in my brain. I cut the cord, and I'm fully present, and then he starts talking to me, right? So there's like this mystical world of creativity, and I think kids are close to it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was inspiring at the Grammys to like hear and see that in other artists, and be like, man, these are kind of like my people. Like other people are experiencing this.
That's amazing. I'm reading all Jaime's comments. Do you have any questions for on your own, Trey?
I mean, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh man.
And are you choosing to stay with our company? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would like to know more about, my benefits package.
Well, they're actually bumping everything up.
Yeah, and I don't know, are there going to be more quizzes, because that will also influence my decision.
Would it matter if you won them?
Yeah, that's going to if I know the answers, that will matter. Yeah.
Every quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, Trey, that would be the fun bit. Is if you sent the person the answers, and they had like a little sheet, and it had your picture on it, and it was like Trey's answers for the quiz. So that'd be a fun bit.
Sounds pretty good. I don't know. In 5 years, I've never been very good at the whole 5-year plan thing. And any plans I've had, they never really end up working out the way I want or thought.
Life.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I think I'm riding this wave and trying to do it with gratitude. And also when you're a parent, like it's a time warp. So I don't know like apparently 9 years have passed since having kids, and I don't know how to compute that,
Yeah.
9, 5, 3, 1. It's all, I'm just kind of in it. I'm trying to live in this moment
You're
and
just here,
and
man.
do my best. Yeah.
Well, so one thing I learned, which is disheartening, is that kids have their own tastes, and even if their dad does music, they might not like it. And so, do your children have a favorite children's musician that's not you, or are they real big fans of dad?
They can be harsh critics. They
Yeah,
can,
well,
yeah.
yeah,
They definitely have opinions. They also help to write most of these songs. So more than them like liking other music more than it, I think they just take a lot of ownership. I had this it was maybe last year with my youngest. I was trying to get him to brush his teeth and take a bath, and when you're 5, sometimes you just don't want to do that kind of thing. And he was mad. I mean, he was like spitting nails, man. He was like so mad at my wife and I that we were going to make him take a bath before bed. And he's just like, I'm like, this is our job as a parent, Ezra. We have to do this. We have to make sure you're clean. He's like, this isn't your job. He's very articulate. Like, this isn't your job. Your job is singing music to kids. And you don't even use your own words in your song. You use my words anyway. I
Oh
write these
my
songs.
gosh.
I was
ouch.
like, so in that moment, he was kind of taking his royalties in a sense. But I want this. They take so much ownership of it. But they're very musical. I mean, they love everything from classical to me. They're in this period of time where they're just exploring different artists. So they get to hear, like, we just listened to all of Future's album last week,
Mhm.
um, and that was like really super meaningful experience for them. I get to meet all these artists, so I always share everything with them. Esther Crow, we got really into her album for a while. Laura Doherty. I mean, I could go on and on. So many indie artists that we've really dived into on our way back and forth to school. But also, they're into Queen, they're into soundtracks to
Sure.
movies. They're into all of it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No. I remember the first time my son was like, "Dad, stop rapping." Yeah, I'll be like doing a song in the car where I'll be practicing something. He's like, "No, you're not as good as Saul Paul," and I'll be like, "Ouch!" And don't get me wrong, he's definitely more successful than me, but we do different stuff.
Yeah.
But I've known him since he started, so it's always funny. But again, he did want him on his at his birthday party, so that's pretty cool.
Take a
But-
breather. Get some water real quick,
I
Jason.
know I'm dying over here. I don't have anything. So, but yeah, so we got to move on. But I do have a question. So do you have new projects coming up? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so I just released this All the Feels album that came out earlier this last year, and then I started production in January on a brand new album. It's an ambitious project, so it's all about animals, and I'm also writing a book. I'm almost finished with this book called Animals Among Us, and it's long form poetry about 30 native endangered species that kids can learn about and find, right in their backyard. So
Awesome.
there's no reason to get bored. But kind of using animals as a lens, a mirror for ourselves to learn about ourselves and who we are as people, and also a window into other people's worlds. That there's a lot we can learn about what it means to be a community and be a healthy person, and how to take care of our planet just by learning about the other species that live here. So that's what I'm working on, and I'm really excited about it. I wrote these songs at a Joel Sartori. I don't know if you're familiar with his work. He's a National Geographic photographer. And I got to kind of have a residency at our big local park, the Gathering Place, a couple summers ago, singing songs in this room filled up with his photography of these species. And over the course of the summer, singing for hundreds of kids, I slowly wrote songs about every one of these animals, and just developed this really serious connection to all of them as I learned about them and actually looked at them in detail up close every week all summer long. So that's kind of where these songs came from, and it's really some of my favorite musically, like some of my favorite stuff I've ever done. So I'm excited about it. We've started it, so we'll see how long it takes us to finish it, but it's coming.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Trey, are we good to go?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, do you want to give him the plug before or after the
Yeah,
rap?
we do the plug.
All right, sweet. So yeah, Simon, this is your chance just to kind of, I know you just kind of promoted just some of the little bit of stuff that you got going on, but now's a chance to just tell everybody where they can find you. If you want to plug anything else, and you get the entire screen in 1 second as I prep this, because we need to get these banners out of the way because they look really weird. I love this. Anyway, so you get a full screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, look at me, I got the full screen. You can find Hot Toast, www.hottoastmusic.com. I'm really active on Instagram and sometimes on TikTok, and then I share things to Facebook too, but I share our parenting adventures on Instagram, and that's kind of where I update the places I play. Also, definitely check out my website. I just launched a merch store with new Hot Toast. Goes well with Hot Toast mugs. We've got new sweatshirts, all kinds of stuff up there. And my goal this year is to start putting videos up on YouTube. I have a whole sing-along series that I'll be coming out with. And some of these songs I've partnered with our Oklahoma Department of Agriculture. So a lot of songs about vegetables. Anyway, tons of stuff going on there. But yeah, connect with me, and I'd love to hear from you. I love writing songs with kids. So if your kids would ever want to write a song, you can actually email me from my website with ideas, and that's where a lot of my songs come from. So yeah, this is great. It's nice having this full screen here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I think it's time for a wrap.
Yes, I'm so glad you said something, Jason, because it's time for a wrap. Dope Sick Nasty. Oh, that's cute. He said that's a lot of pops, Trey. I thought you were saving for the wedding. It doesn't look like you're saving. Hi, mate. This has been on my wall for like a year.
Yeah, just because you're
This didn't happen
first
overnight.
Noticing. Yeah. He didn't do that yesterday.
These have both been here for quite some time. He said time for raps. That dude kills it every shot. He said my kids are both teens. They still get mad at me when I force them to get a shower. It never ends.
Oh man,
that's interesting. He said
that's not what I wanted to hear today.
Haven't seen y'all for over a year. That's tough, man. I'm glad you're back. Anyway, Jason, you ready to rock?
Yes. Now I'm going to make up a song about everything we talked about. Is there anything you'd like me to add to this song, or just wanted me to do a song about something totally different and just throw a wrench in my get up? Whatever you want to do. What would you like to do, Mr. Hot Toast?
I definitely want something in there about coffee.
Yeah, make it happen.
And its origins, the origin story of maybe a less than desirable coffee bean.
The caca coffee.
Ooh. Something about that in there, yeah.
Sure, I can make that happen.
Yep.
Anything else?
Man.
Explaining this right here.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more on that.
Sure. All right. I feel good about that.
What we got? We got toast, we got raps, we got children's music, we got
Grammys.
Jason as a kid. We got what?
Animals.
Grammys.
We got animals. Grammys.
Animals.
Yeah, we talked a ton about animals today. All right.
Showers.
So would you prefer? Why did the banners pop off? I hate that it does that. It's so crazy. Hot Toast Music Company. Sweet. Let's get it. Jason, you ready?
Yep.
Yo, we got DJ Sound Effects, Hot Toast Music Company, and Scout the Psalmist on the mic. Let's get it, y'all.
Hi, kids. Do you like coffee? I know that it's amazing if I'm walking Hawkley. Now I gotta say sometimes, get it softly. I was tripping like this, they could say naughty. Now I gotta talk about poo-poo coffee that I be. We got little cats eating crazy things, and then they poo-poo, then we do. Then we gotta say that's so yummy because it's cuckoo. Now you get it Starbucks, only if it go down. I know sometimes I can tell that I rap for now. Now it's time for raps. Time for you, if you want me to understand what I do. And now I got Mr. Jaime chilling right now. Don't forget about the situation that we style, and we even got some, he checked us out, he was like one son, and don't forget about it, you gotta roll down, I gotta get it up, I gotta flow now, I'm talking about my beard and never CE, he's talking about how he's talking to a kid G, and they were like, hey, where did that beard come from? You're like, I've been growing it for years, yes son, and they're like, no, I don't believe you, and you're like, oh, I guess I'm gonna write a song, dude, that's like you did all the songs on your album with your kids, because they're taking the writing credits, and hopefully the royalties, so you won't have any money, yes sirree, and that's cool, and you got a new store, you even have plushies galore, now you gotta say that it's right when you stand up on the mic and yelling out loud and you're doing what's hypo, you sitting at the Grammys, bro, you're looking like Cool Man feeling the show, did you have a red suit on, I'm just wondering if you knew what I'm doing, but now I'm showing you something, as a rip rhyme and I go, and yes, that was me and that cowboy, get up bro, oh no, now I get it gone through, that was me at 8, looking so darn cool and fresh, only if you can't get this mess, and yeah, I would probably say, hey yeah, I want you to be my dad, even though I know I could be a better dad, sometimes I gotta grow up, and then I get back, and then I have to go for the life and the fact, and I know that I can rap, and I get through, and you want me to say what I do, ooh, but now I gotta break it through down, now we're looking back, balls to flow now, I know what we came to do, and we got hot toast looking so cool, ooh, and he has a cookie song, who doesn't have a cookie song, I'm just saying you rap along, and then you want to make it all right for the long, yeah, get through, I'm sitting there, dude, looking like it's together, I'm thinking that's cool, and I just realized, who chose that wallpaper, bro, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to lose my mind, yo, out of control, but now I get it gone right, when I gotta live a little on that, and I say that it back, you're sitting down track, kids are like, hey guy, how you doing in that, and only if I can't get through, I gotta wait back, cause I can't move, I hope I brought up all the things that we talked about, I know sometimes I turn back and I run out, only if I couldn't go through the day, now I gotta move, cause the words I say, and you want me to go down the time with the right to find the rhyme, wondering why, but now I get it, yo, and now I spit it, now I gotta say there's something else that was terrific, only if I can't say, now I go through, and Trey's looking so cool because he knows, dude, and yeah, those pops, he just bought those yesterday, he only get what he's doing because he run away, and Jaime and Olaf having a great time, in the comments they're about to lose their mind, I'm still don't understand why the kids don't take showers if they can't be, my dude would take a shower every single hour, if he could, he'd do it every single moment like my kid do, oh my baby, she brushes her teeth every day, I'm like, oh please stop, don't you know the other way, anyways, guess I can't be, this is the third best part of the show, see.
Woo!
Hopefully that was entertaining for you.
Love it.
I was stalling at the end there trying to remember if there was anything else to conversate about.
I do not know how you do that. That's amazing.
I appreciate that. I said lots of practice. You should see us when we do when we do ACL. It's like just hours upon hours of just making up random songs about random things.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild, man.
How many songs did we create in 1 weekend? Well, 2 weekends?
350 in 6 days.
Yep.
Wow.
So each kid gets about 3 minutes, and then we have Trey as a beatboxer, we have a guitar and a singer, and then we have me, and then we have Clay, who is also a rapper, and either he feeds the words or I give the words, and it's pretty insane what we're actually able to pull off in those 6 days.
And you record it for him?
Yeah, each kid gets a personalized song.
Ah, that's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Cool. Ah, I love that, man.
Yep.
That's right.
Yes, Jaime, that's an actual thing that we do. I thought you knew that, but that's okay.
But it's been a year, so maybe he didn't know about the thing that we talk about often.
Maybe not.
But yeah, that's actually the thing that I do. I like bring those booths and do the things to other people's projects.
You gotta come up to Tulsa, because I do a songwriting program here for like K through second graders.
Mhm.
It would be amazing. You got to come up sometime.
Yeah, you just got to talk to me. I said I actually have good friends in Tulsa, so we have an
Ah.
excuse to go visit them.
Well, let's get something on the books. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
we'll talk about it. I said I'm not super booked this year, so.
Okay, awesome.
But thank you so much for this time. I hope you had a great time. It's so fun to talk to you. I said I love that you spent time with us. Even like, what time did you get home from the flight?
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've only been home a couple hours.
Wow,
So we did
yeah.
not sleep. We literally we slept like 3 hours this weekend. So
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
you
don't know how
literally
you're
live
alive,
in
brother.
Tulsa. You came from California. You flew in. I was wondering, did you leave this morning or did you leave last night?
Oh, we left this morning. We left our hotel room at like 4:30 this morning, and we got in at 2 last night. That's what I mean when you said the words quiz. I
You
don't know
did
if you saw
fine.
me. I just kept on getting more coffee.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jaime's also available if you need him.
Hey, yeah, everybody come.
That's so funny. But is everybody still there? I don't know.
It's just saying Instagram is disconnected.
Yeah, I took care of it.
Everything else is streaming. That's weird.
So no, Instagram only allows you 45 minutes.
It says an hour.
Or an hour, sorry.
So we just hit that. That's what
For sure.
Yeah, that's great. I said that's the first time I ever did Instagram, and we did our thing. So,
Jason, who are our sponsors?
Well, we have nomadweb.design. If you're looking for a new website, go over there. They pay us if you were to buy the new website for them. So that make us happy. And then, if you're looking for great wraps and birthdays, Flow Street Party is always available. You can go to our website, flowstreet.com, and find out more information. And always say hi to our friend at Bossman Media, who hooked us up with some of these awesome graphics. And that is pretty great. And Trey, I'm forgetting lots of things today. Tell the people.
We'd love to have you guys on the show. We talk about a little bit of everything, and we're also funny while we do it. We try to keep things as light as possible. We do talk about serious topics every once in a while. We'd love to have you on the show. Hit us up on Facebook. That's our mainstay on where to reach us. Just through Facebook Messenger, Flows for You, Trey Stoneburner, or DJ Sound Effects. Don't go on there. I'm still updating my Facebook. Or Scout the Psalmist, Jason Riley. All of those are good outlets other than the one I just obviously told you. But we'd love to have you on. I think we got our Calendly booked out for a little bit, but
we actually don't. We're empty.
We're empty, so we would love for you guys to come on as soon as possible. We try to keep it family friendly on here so that everybody can watch the show. But that's all I got, Jason.
Do you think this is actual Jaime, or do you think somebody took his account? Because he's saying things that don't make any sense. He's just having dementia. Is that what's happening?
This is Jaime. What do you mean?
Oh, makes sense.
You guys are funny. Which days do y'all do funny? My name's Chip Hugginsby. That's what Jaime sounds like in real life.
That's not what he's. Oh, you can show him the Jaime. This is our old. Before Boston designed the new one for us, this was our old prize for the thing.
Where's the other thing?
Oh, it's in the videos.
Hooray! Right there. Great job from Jay Pineapples. That's what you would get originally if you won the quiz, but now we've
updated our process.
Glazed donut. All right, sweet Jason. Let's wrap up the show here. We got one more segment. Is that right?
Yeah. And again, if you're listening to the show right now on the podcast, make sure to come check us out live at 5 p.m. CST on Mondays. And we do the funny then. And you can always check out our podcast whenever you want, anywhere that podcasts are. That's Flows, the number 4, the letter U. And yeah, we definitely need people. So if you have any ideas, please let us know.
I'm trying to look for another co-host. So if you guys, really just, want to promote yourself, take Jason's spot, totally here for it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, as you're saying, Jason.
I don't know if you can pull the show off without me, Trey. I'm just saying.
I do a different show.
You do a totally different show. So you have the amazing Amazing's like, oh no, you're leaving? No, we're not going anywhere.
You're leaving? Oh. Anyway, just let's move right along.
But now with time, Mr. Simon, we're gonna do our closing bit, which is the bear bird.
Hey, bro. All right, cut it, bro.
Trey's therapy session. Oh, by the way, after the therapy session, we'll do a closing music, but stay on the line, Simon, so we can say bye legitly. But here we go. Hey, Trey, I know that you're tired of this carousel of therapist, but obviously you're not important enough for me to deal with. So I brought in another therapist to be able to help you out. Here he is, Symon of Hot Toast Music Company. And yes, I know it's confusing that I grabbed a musician to be your therapist, but again, I can't afford real ones.
Well, I feel like he is a real one since he's here on the show today, and this is kind of the segment where we do have therapists on because, Anyway, I appreciate you coming on, man. I always need extra help.
Yeah, I'm here to help. Okay, so I need to ask you some questions, don't I, as a therapist? Because that's what us therapists do. I'd like to know, like, what's going on with you and the poo-poo coffee? What's with the, where's that interest coming from?
As a kid, growing up in Indonesia, sorry. I know you can tell by my complexion. We would always catch these cats that were called civets, and we'd keep them as pets. And, one day we saw them eating coffee grounds. I was like, that's interesting. Or no, cherries. They're eating these cherries that have coffee beans in them. And they started pooping them out in mass. And we're like, you know what? Hey, let's make coffee out of it. Why not? And then we just started a business, and it's called Kaka Coffee, and it's really picked up, and that's it, man.
Wow.
That's all I got to say about it.
Wow, it's amazing.
Are these coming from like just regular cats? Is your Kaka Coffee just like orange cats just pooping out cherries?
No, so since I, like I said, I grew up in Indonesia. They're called civets. And they do this naturally because it's a treat for them, but it's actually a delicacy for us over there. So.
But then why aren't you buku rich like the other people that run the same situation?
Well, it is poo.
Fair.
More or less, yes.
All right. Next question.
Next question. I'm asking this another. Oh, yeah, I'm the therapist.
Yes, you got two more.
Two more questions. Okay. Why don't you change your socks more?
Great question. I'm actually really glad you asked.
Yeah.
I don't really have an answer. I think the aroma that permeates through the socks themselves wake me up. And that's when I actually need to change my socks, is when it's so bad that I wake up at 6 a.m. and I'm like, it's time. That's I don't know why that's become a thing. Saves on laundry, detergent and water usage, and overall just time. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing a common thread here with the poo-poo coffee, the stinky feet. Getting up in the morning.
Coffee, but yeah.
Yes, sorry. Getting up in the morning seems to be an issue that.
Oh, not anymore. Since I have Kaka Coffee, I get to use my own surplus. And again, the socks I feel like have become less of a problem because I have the coffee situation. But yeah, man, business is just like, it's blowing things out of proportion and out of the water, and it's just like, it's crazy. Really weird aftertaste, but other than that, it's great.
Oh, we're still going with this, huh? Nice.
Sacrifices must be made. Yeah. Okay, well, that leads me to my last question. What where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Nice.
I'm so glad you asked me that question because
Trey.
we're starting to learn how to tame crocodiles, and wouldn't you know it, they also love the cherries that contain these coffee beans. So if you're ever interested in investing in my newest company, Saltwater by the Mile Crocodile Coffee Company, they are actually beginning preparations on that coffee right now. So in 5 years, I see a grand, nice little business owner of 2 coffee companies, and they both dealing in caca.
Wow.
Amazing. I you might need a new therapist. I don't know if I have the training.
You got this, man. I think you're doing great. Simon, you've been amazing, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I hope we at least, if anything, we entertained you today, and I hope you took away something.
So fun.
But awesome, man. We love you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on the show. Hi, man. I'm glad to see you back on the show. He said, oh no. He said, remember the Scott's Tots episode of The Office? So many cringe moments in that episode. That was amazing. Yeah. And then he said, this podcast makes me scared to go to sleep. And then he said, my pets poop senzu beans. Dragon Ball Z reference for those of you who are unaware.
Ooh, love Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe we should have talked about that instead.
I could have talked about it all day. I've seen everyone.
Oh my gosh. Another reason why to have you back on the show. We should just have like anime portions of the show where we talk about the newest, latest, and greatest. But yeah. Simon, you're awesome. Jason, you're okay. We love you guys so much. We're here on Monday nights. That's all I got. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Flows for you. Flows for you.
This is what we do now. This is what we do.
We love you guys. Take care. Simon, stay on for a hot second. You don't have to stay on too long. But we just want to thank you for your time tonight, brother. But that's all we got. Love you guys. Take care.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you.